Hi, my name's Jonathan and I'm the founder of Neverdrafts. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your account set up as quickly as possible so that your business can start ranking better on Google and get recommended by AI LLMs like ChatGPT, Grok, and Perplexity. So once you have logged in, you will come to a page that looks something like this, and we'll be asked what our website is. And if you don't have one, that's fine. We can progress on and you can just tell it details about what it is you do. If you're at the stage when you already have a website, put it in and we'll analyze that automatically. And we're going to use shortspro.co in this example. And ShortsPro is another SaaS company. And what they do is they create AI faceless video, social media clips and posts. And you can see what Neverdrafts does is it analyzes that site, figures out what it is, what it sells, finds all of its pages like its pricing details and all that sort of thing. And it will also tell us the target audience, which is going to be really crucial for looking at the intent of our blog post later on. We can change these if we want to. They look good for me, so we'll move on. It does ask for competitors, so we'll put in a couple of competitors here. And the reason it asks for competitors, and it is, you can skip it, but it's really good if you do put it in, because what this does is it allows Neverdrafts to analyze your competitors' keywords. The reason that's important is if it analyzes yours and your competitors, it can find you keywords that you're not ranking well for that they are, and you can start to steal traffic from your competitors by looking at and creating articles specifically targeting keywords that they rank well for and you're not. So it's always good to put in a couple of competitors there. If you don't have any competitors, you can skip it if you want. And you can skip it if you want. And once that process is done, the onboarding process is done, we will be put onto the main dashboard schedule page. And on this page is where we're going to create all of our keywords, all of our blog posts that are going to be used on Neverdrafts. So the first thing we'll do is we will generate some keywords. You can add your own keywords if you want. For me, I like to leave it to Neverdrafts because, like I said earlier, it will look at your competitors, it will look at where you currently rank, where you don't rank well. So we'll go ahead and we will get Neverdrafts to generate some keywords for us on the target audience and our competitors. You can do either or. I'll stick to having both right now and it will create a good mix between the two. And after just 20 or 30 seconds or so, ShortsPro will have generated you your first little batch of keywords. And we can have this done automatically with autopilot mode. We'll get into that in just a minute. But first of all, I just want to take a quick look at the keywords that have been generated. So you can see here that a lot of them are quite hard difficulty with a really high volume. And the reason for that is ShortsPro is an established business with an already high domain authority. What this means is that it's easier for this domain to start targeting harder and more competitive keywords because it's already ranking for a range of other keywords on Google and has lots of other backlinks. This means that Google's got a high domain authority and the domain ranks well and is trusted by Google, and in turn is going to be trusted by LLMs like ChatGPT. So if you're just starting out, you'll probably see that you have a lot easier keywords to go for with a lot less volume, maybe anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 searches a month, which is still perfect to get started. And once your domain authority increases, so will the difficulty of keywords that Neverdrafts suggests for you. You can always go in and edit them if you want to as well. You can see that these are all very on topic and on brand for what ShortsPro does. And you can even see, if we go into some of them, the different article types. So the main types is a guide and a listicle. And inside of them, you have subtypes as well. This will all be automatically chosen by Neverdrafts based on the keyword. If you're getting them to create it, if you add it yourself, you can change it. You can change the article lengths as well. For us, we'll keep this one short. And I like it as a comparison rather than a listicle. I might want to use a listicle for something like top 10 X tools to do X. But for this keyword, I think this is pretty good. Now, before we go ahead and generate that, we're just going to come and have a look at the backlink exchange. And I do want to opt into this So what the backlink exchange does is it links, when there's mutual benefit between two clients that are using Neverdrafts, to exchange a backlink between their blogs. If there's relevance, then they'll do that. And that means that one user gets a good new backlink and you also get a good new backlink. Backlinks in general can cost usually more than $100 per backlink. So the backlink exchange is a really good, fair and free way to exchange backlinks with other parties in similar industries so that you can both mutually benefit from increasing your domain rating on Google. So it's always worth clicking that on. It's free to do and it will get you started. Next up is the integrations, and what this will do is it will allow us to activate autopilot mode, meaning that Neverdrafts will automatically create and post a blog or article to your integration every single day or whatever days you schedule for it to be done. So right now there's native integrations with WordPress, Webflow, Framer, Notion, and there's also API webhook documentation that's super easy to implement. And if you need any help doing that, just pop down in the chat down there and we will get you started with that and we'll sort that out for you. And the next thing is internal linking. So what internal linking is going to do is it will allow our blogs to reference their other blogs. So you can go almost like a kind of tree back and forth between other blogs. So if I create a blog and then 3 months later I create a blog on a similar topic, I might want to, at the end or during that blog, go back and reference that other blog that I've already created. It also helps us easily reference things like your pricing page, your any special themed landing pages, frequently asked questions pages, login pages. All that is helpful to know. So I will just put this sitemap URL in and it will just be that. And you can see it's found 27 pages. We will save that. And that means that every time we create a blog from now on, Neverdrafts will be able to reference that sitemap, scrape it, and find relevant links. So we'll go ahead and click generate on this blog just because we haven't quite fully set up autopilot mode because we haven't added an integration yet. I'm going to do a range of other videos after this one which shows in detail how to set up integrations. In general, it's super easy. Most of them have a plugin, so you don't have to do anything except log in to your blog account and the blog post will be synced after that. So we'll just wait a minute or two until this blog is generated and then we'll pick it back up from there. Just while we're waiting on that to generate, actually, I've just remembered that we also have the settings page, which is worth showing you. This allows you to essentially edit anything that we did in the onboarding of the business, if your URL changes or if your description changes. This also allows you to change the language that we generate your blog posts in. So if you're in a really local niche, you might want to generate blog posts in a specific language or keywords in that specific language. You can set that there. And so it's just generated that. And the last thing is that you can change the image style. So images by default are generated by AI. And you also have the option to use stock photography if you would rather do that. And you can also change your competitors, things like that there. So we'll just go back into here and we'll look at the blog that we've generated, which is shortspro.co versus Opus Pro. That was the keyword that we were targeting to start with. So you can see here, we go in and we've got some table, some brief kind of features, comparison highlights. So here we go. Option 1 is Shorts Pro. It's automatically grabbed a screenshot of our site, some key features, pricing plans, and then we've got Revid, which was another one of our competitors, which is great, and then Opus as well, which is in there, and then it puts them all head to head with a comparison, and we also have a CTA at the bottom linking back. And at this point here, you can either publish it to any integration that you have, or if it was done, then if it was done by the autopilot mode, it can be auto-published if that is the setting that you've chosen. You can also click edit. You can change you can regenerate these images. You can input your own. You can change all sorts of parameters, edit all of this, change the language, whatever it is you want to do, you can do, or you can just copy Markdown or HTML there as well. So that is it for everything on getting you set up on Neverdrafts. Like I say, head into the integrations section next, because that is where you're going to get the most power out of Neverdrafts. That's set it and forget it, and you will continue to grow on autopilot without lifting a finger. So if you have any other questions, hop down into the bottom right chat and we will be there for any help or questions or assistance that you might need. Thank you.